What if I told you that just when the world thought the diesel era was over, one company has brought it roaring back to life? While the entire auto industry rushes toward electric vehicles, chasing batteries and charging stations, Mahindra just walked into the room and said, "Not so fast." They've unveiled a brand new diesel engine so powerful, so advanced, that it's not just competing with EVs, it's threatening to wipe them out altogether. Is this the comeback no one saw coming? Is diesel about to overthrow electric before the race even started? Or is Mahindra making a risky bet against the future? Let's break down what's really happening and why this engine could change everything. For the past decade, electric vehicles have dominated headlines, hailed as the ultimate future of transportation. Governments are banning petrol and diesel engines. Automakers are shutting down combustion R&D, and charging stations are popping up like mushrooms after rain. But while the world was busy celebrating EV supremacy, Mahindra was quietly working on something shocking. Instead of abandoning diesel, they reinvented it. This isn't your grandfather's diesel. Mahindra's new engine reportedly features higher torque than most electric motors in its class, fuel efficiency that rivals hybrid systems, significantly lower emissions thanks to cutting-edge combustion optimization and exhaust treatment tech. It's cleaner, it's stronger, it's cheaper to run. And here's the twist. Unlike EVs, you don't need charging stations. You don't need rare earth minerals. You don't need to wait hours to refuel. Fill up and you're ready to go. Mahindra's strategy is bold but smart. Electric vehicles might be ideal for cities, but what about rural areas? What about long-haul drivers, farmers, off-roaders, and commercial fleets? These users don't want quiet, delicate motors. They want raw pulling power, endurance, and reliability. Mahindra is targeting the real-world majority, the people EVs still can't serve. Maybe this isn't a war at all. Maybe the future isn't EV or diesel. Maybe it's EV and diesel, each dominating where they perform best. Mahindra isn't rejecting the future. They're reshaping it on their own terms. But here's where things get even more interesting. Because while most people are debating diesel versus electric, Mahindra's insider suggests this engine is only phase one of a much larger strategy. Mahindra's hidden master plan, bigger than just one engine. Sources close to the company reveal that Mahindra isn't just building a cleaner diesel engine. They're building an entire ecosystem around it. Modular compatibility. This new powertrain is reportedly designed to fit across SUVs, pickups, tractors, and even military vehicles. That means mass-scale adoption without redesigning entire platforms. Hybrid-ready architecture. Engineers have hinted that this diesel engine could later be paired with an electric motor assist, creating a diesel hybrid monster that delivers instant torque like an EV and long-range endurance like a fuel-powered machine. Synthetic fuel compatibility. Mahindra is said to be exploring bio-based and synthetic diesel blends, fuels that burn clean while cutting dependence on crude oil. So while the world thinks Mahindra is stuck in the past, they might actually be preparing for the ultimate middle ground, a future where combustion and electrification merge. Meanwhile, EV giants are watching closely. Make no mistake, Tesla, BYD, and even Tata aren't ignoring this. They know that if Mahindra's diesel revolution catches fire in developing markets, EV dominance could be delayed by a decade or more. India, Africa, Southeast Asia, Latin America, these regions don't have charging networks, stable power grids, or EV-friendly infrastructure, but they do have fuel stations everywhere. And if Mahindra can offer engines that are powerful, clean, and cost-efficient, many countries might skip the EV transition entirely and evolve diesel instead. That possibility terrifies the EV lobby. So, is Mahindra the underdog or the disruptor? The global auto industry loves to act like electric is destiny, that everything else must die. But Mahindra just reminded everyone of a powerful truth. Innovation doesn't come from following the trend. It comes from challenging it. Maybe this is the balance the world needed, not a forced electric revolution, but a competitive battlefield where multiple technologies fight for survival. Because when companies battle for dominance, consumers always win. A fictional future war scenario between Mahindra diesel fleets and EV armies? A data-backed comparison of torque, cost, emissions, and real-world performance? Or maybe a bold prediction segment. What happens in 2030 if diesel fights back successfully? A glimpse into 2030 when diesel fights back. It's the year 2030. Governments across Europe and North America have already banned the sale of new petrol and diesel cars, forcing full electrification. Charging stations decorate every street corner, but rolling blackouts are becoming more frequent as the grid struggles to keep up. Meanwhile, in India, Africa, South America, Southeast Asia, something entirely different is happening. Instead of queues at charging stations, Mahindra's next-gen diesel SUVs and pickups dominate the roads. Farmers, transporters, military fleets all rely on clean combustion engines that don't stall during power outages, don't wait for software updates, and don't slow down in extreme heat or rain. Electric car owners begin to realize something unsettling. The future they were promised only works when everything else is perfect. But diesel? Diesel works even when the world isn't. The global split? Two worlds, two technologies. Suddenly, the automotive landscape doesn't look unified. The world has divided into two mobility philosophies. Battery nations, relying on charging infrastructure, smart grids, and digital monitoring. Combustion nations, relying on fuel resilience, mechanical reliability, and independence from unstable power systems. And as oil-producing nations begin developing carbon-neutral synthetic diesel, even the biggest argument against combustion, emissions, starts to fade away. If diesel can run clean, if engines can self-optimize combustion in real time, then what exactly is the EV industry still fighting for? Suddenly, select Tesla models begin offering diesel mode, a torque curve calibrated to mimic the brute pulling power of Mahindra's new engine. It's not actually diesel, of course, but it's psychological warfare. Meanwhile, Mahindra fires back. They don't release an ad. They organize a live demonstration. In front of cameras, journalists, and military officials, a Mahindra diesel prototype tows a stranded electric truck uphill in the rain with fuel that was hand-poured from a jerrycan. No charging, no calibration, no firmware update, just raw mechanical certainty. The unthinkable happens. Due to infrastructure instability and national security preparedness, we are introducing exemptions for next-generation low-emission diesel vehicles. A standby diesel pickup powered by Mahindra's prototype engine wades through the water, towing the EV to safety while its own alternator powers medical equipment in the back. Silence fills the hall. No data point can challenge what everyone just saw. The question that no one can dodge. The Mahindra strategist turns to the audience and asks, is sustainability only about zero emissions on paper? Or is it about guaranteeing mobility for every human, even when systems fail? Suddenly, the debate changes tone. It's no longer technology versus technology. It's idealism versus realism. And realism is winning hearts. Tesla isn't backing down. They strike again. The very next day, Tesla responds with a dramatic countermove. They announce a ruggedized Cybertruck variant, claiming it will out-tow, out-haul, and out-survive any diesel machine thanks to indestructible battery armor and next-gen thermal management. Mahindra smiles. They invite Tesla to a challenge. Your strongest electric versus our strongest diesel. No tracks, no roads, no perfect conditions. And just like that, the showdown of the century is set in motion. The showdown that defined the future. The world watched as Mahindra's diesel titan and Tesla's electric beast rolled onto a brutal stretch of no man's land, a twisted maze of flooded ravines, rocky slopes, and loose desert dunes. Tesla launched forward with explosive torque, silent and instant, the raw acceleration of electricity. Mahindra followed, slower off the line but roaring like thunder, diesel pistons pounding with primal force. The Cybertruck dominated the first stretch, until the terrain turned savage. Waterlogged ditches, loose rock descents where traction danced between survival and disaster. The Cybertruck's sensors glitched. Its systems hesitated, recalibrating. Mahindra didn't think. It did. It hammered through water like an unstoppable animal, exhaust steaming like a dragon's breath. When the Tesla finally stalled, battery overheated, traction control locked, Mahindra stopped beside it. The diesel giant extended a tow line and pulled the electric warrior across the finish line. The crowd didn't cheer for one. They cheered for both. The real lesson. In that moment, it became clear the future of mobility isn't electric or diesel. It's electric and diesel. Innovation isn't a war. It's a partnership. Tesla brought the speed. Mahindra brought the endurance. Together, they prove what humanity really needs: reliability and progress. Governments rewrote their policies. Manufacturers shifted strategies. Drivers were given freedom of choice. Final words. Mahindra didn't just build an engine. They forced the world to rethink what future-ready truly means. Electric may be the future, but diesel reminded us who gets us there when the future isn't ready.